Greetings to all of you. This is 3 Good Minutes. At least we hope that they are good minutes for you, inspiring maybe just a little. I want to tell you today about my friend Thomas Lane Butts. I did workshops with him under the auspices of Dr. Scott Peck. And I came to find him to be a very fine preacher buddy. And he told me this story one day, and I share it with you. Happens to be true. One time he went to a seminary in the north, in and around Chicago, and he came back to Alabama, and they said to him in the small Methodist church that he was given that we know that you were trained in the north, and some of you people up there want to do some integration here. We're not interested. And so they instructed him that don't try anything like that. So he suggested one time that they have black churches get together with their church on Sunday evenings. Maybe that'd be a little safer. And so he went that way, and after the first one they said, you're done here. And they told each other not to put anything in the offering plate again. So they were going to freeze him out financially. And so he decided that he's probably done there, wrote out his letter of resignation, told the bishop to move him some other place or not at all. And as he was writing that, on a Saturday evening, a Cadillac came into the parking lot of the little church. A white woman in blonde hair came walking into his office, and she said, I understand what you're doing here, and it's a righteous cause. I think you need to keep doing it. I know that people have frozen you out, but I'm going to finance you from here on out. She laid down $100 bills. Now, in the 1950s, I had never seen a $100 bill, and here he is in the 1950s with these $100 bills. Well, that was good news on one hand, but how are you going to put those in the offering plate? He spent his entire week going to banks all around the county and taking those hundreds, breaking them down into ones, fives, tens, 20s, and then bringing them to church on Sunday. And so as the offering was taken, they would come and bring the plates to him. They were totally empty, of course. And so then he would turn and go to the altar, and his prayers became a little bit longer. He laid down the plates and said, oh God, we thank you for all of your many blessings. And he starts under his robe taking out all of that money and put it in the plate. The people were perplexed. They didn't know how the church kept on going. It was later on that he was transferred to another church, a bigger one. The bishop liked him a lot. But he told me that story. And the angels of mercy that somehow come into our life, that bring the light of God exactly at the very moment that we need it most. I went to see Tom just before he died. We had a great lunch together, got to chatting together about preacher things, and then he said, do you remember that woman in that Cadillac who came and gave me that grace? He said, to this day, I don't know who she is, where she came from, but she gave me a little bit of light and encouragement that kept me going for the days ahead. How can we ever thank God enough for those individuals that do that in our lives? This is 3 Good Minutes. I'm Richard Wing, wishing you all the very best.